Yay! Give it up for everybody you guys have seen tonight so far. Make some noise for them, please. The modern comedian needs his smartwatch to know where the fuck he's where the heck he's at. I was told not to drop the F-bomb tonight. How you guys doing? You guys doing all right? Make some noise, Tanner. We're excited to be here on Friday. I'm excited to be here. You know what? I like to get the energy in the room up, so I want you guys to really go crazy and make a lot of noise. But first, I want to hear from the fellas. Fellas, where you at tonight? Fellas, where you at? Make some noise. The men, right? I'm a manly man. I'm a manly man. I like to build things. I like to drink beer. Watch sports. Yeah, I like it. Manly. I'm a manly man. I'm a manly man who owns a Shih Tzu. Yeah, his name's Buster. He's a little white fluffy Shih Tzu, and I love the little bastard. I do. I love that little dog. He's awesome. I've had him ever since he was a little puppy. He was the product of a past relationship, you know. My girlfriend and I at the time, we lived in an apartment complex. They wouldn't allow dogs over 20 pounds, so I said, hey, let's get a Shih Tzu. Sounded like a great idea at the time, right? But here's the problem. About 2 years later, things didn't work out, and here's this manly man carrying a little white fluffy Shih Tzu under his arm, storming out of the apartment like, you can keep the apartment, I'm taking the dog. Ridiculous. Where are the dog people at? Dog people make some noise? Yeah. That's my people right there, the dog people, yeah. Where's the cat people at? Cat people make There's your psycho. There they are. We've identified the problem. I don't want to walk out of here with those people, man. You might get stabbed in the back, you know. I know, cats are out to kill you. That's the thing. Cats are out to kill you. Dogs love you unconditionally. Cats are like, I hope you die. You know. I do a lot of comedy. I just actually got back from a little comedy road trip up into Pensacola in the Panhandle. I was gone for about 3 or 4 days, and I feel bad every time because I leave poor little Buster at home. And you know, I've had him, like I said, since he was a puppy. And I wish there was some way, like with all the modern technology, that they could like come up with a way that my dog could communicate with me, you know, like a messenger, a dog tweet or something. Can you imagine what that would be like though? Like a dog tweet would be sweet. It would be like, hey Dad, I know you're on the road making people laugh. Oh, you're so funny. I just want you to know that I'm at home thinking about you. I miss you. You're the best dad ever. # my hero. And then there's the cat tweet, right? The cat people get a tweet. Nothing like that one. Hey Dad, I know you're out on the road trying to make people laugh. Yeah, right, you're not funny. I just want you to know I was running around the house like a wild ass, knocked the vase over and the water seeping in the rug. # fall off a cliff. Oh, manly man, I took a shower before the show. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome. You're extremely welcome because, how you doing? Yeah, I took a shower before the show. I know that you guys are celebrating an anniversary, aren't you, over here? Yeah, give it up for what is it? 1 year. 1 whole year. Holy shit. That's the most of it, buddy. This might not last much longer. No, I'm just kidding. You got that one in, though. You're good to go. You got that one. I got one. Let me ask you something. How long have you guys been dating before you got married? Like, how long have you been together? Boy, he looked right at her and he was like, you answer that one, because I can't. We were shit-faced, weren't we, whenever we were hanging out anymore? Let me ask you, all right, let me just ask you this question. Because this is going to happen to you at some point, my friend. It may have already. Have you ever gone to take a shower and realized you were out of your own soap, your man's soap, had to use your lovely wife's soap? Has that ever happened? No? Get ready, buddy. It's going to happen at some point because men don't shop well. We just don't do it. One of these days, you're going to go out in the public smelling like a bitch. That's going to happen. It happened to me tonight. Yeah. I got in the shower before the show, and I was, I like to use my own soap. I got manly soap, man soap, right? My girlfriend, she uses womanly soap. She shops for soap where women shop for soap, like Bath and Body Works. I like that. Woo! Smells so good. Oh, I love it in here. I walk into that place and I want to throw up immediately. She shops at Bath and Body Works. I shop where men shop for soap, right? Walmart. I get my bar soap, get my Irish Spring, wash it on, wash it off, smell like a man. Smell like the hills of Ireland. And I get in the shower tonight and I realize I'm out of my own soap. I'm like, Baby, I don't have any soap. She goes, it's fine, just use the body wash. I'm like, I don't know. How am I supposed to use the body wash? I don't know. Use body wash and put it on your hand. Oh, man, it's like I'm back in high school.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. Turn that off.
I'm like, I don't know how to use body wash. She goes, you use the loofah. I'm like, what? It's a loofah. It's a loofah. She has just a little spongy thing on the wall. I'm like, oh, no. I'm a man. There's no way in hell I'm using a loofah. She goes, use the damn loofah. So I'm using the loofah. I'm just saying, it's hard to be up here acting all manly when you know that all of this smells like Japanese cherry blossoms. Tough to be up here like that. But I am manly, right? I'm a manly man. You know, I know it's a little confusing sometimes because I'm a manly man that owns a Shih Tzu. I'm a manly man that owns, smells like a Japanese cherry blossom. I'm also, though, I'm a manly man because I built my own tool shed. But I also subscribe to Disney Plus. I'm a big Disney fan, I grew up watching those kind of movies. Lion King, The Little Mermaid. I'm a huge fan of The Little Mermaid. I like it. Can't help it. And sometimes I go into my tool shed and I feel like Ariel, that sweet fish that just wanted to sing. I feel just like her going into her little cave with all of her boozits and whatsits and that. And I look at all of my tools and I feel the same. I'm like, look at my tools. Aren't they all neat? Wouldn't you think that my tool set's complete? Wouldn't you say I'm a man who has all the tools? I've got ratchets and wrenches aplenty. I've got drivers and hammers galore. You want power tools? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I know. What about the ladies? Ladies, where are you at tonight? Make some noise. Ladies! This next joke is just for the ladies, all right? Just for you. I don't know if you know this, but there's a new study out that says that women are actually better off not wearing a bra. Yeah. Now, it's the first study I've ever conducted. But the results are conclusive. How you doing, man? I'm going to feel the audience on this next joke, all right, Greg? Greg, just take it easy. Just sit back, relax. Maybe earmuffs, Greg, earmuffs. I actually read about that study online. I read a lot online to get my material. And the other day, I read about this woman here in Florida. This is a true story. She was right here in Florida. She gave birth, natural birth, vaginal birth to a 14-pound baby. Yeah, I know what you guys are thinking because I was thinking the same thing. That woman's vagina is destroyed. That thing probably looks like a 1930s catcher's mitt right now. It looks like that poor woman. I'm like, that poor husband? The next time he has sex with her, it's going to be like driving the Wienermobile into the Grand Canyon. It's not going to be good. She's going to get all hot and heavy, take her pants down. He's going to be like, did I order Arby's? I don't remember. Is that horsey sauce? What the hell? All right. We know where the line is. I put the line in the sand. I'll try not to go any further than that. I shouldn't be talking like that, though, You guys have been together for a while. My girlfriend's here tonight. I love her very much. She's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. She's great. We got together about 6 months before the pandemic hit, and the pandemic was good for some couples, it was bad for others. Luckily for me, it was good for us. We really grown very close and plan on being together for a while, which is great. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. She's my woman, believe me. She calls me her person. I'm like, yeah, you're my person too. That's awesome, isn't it? Yeah. She's great. I knew immediately that she was my person, though. You know why? Because one of our first dates, we were going to go to a concert, and I was like, man, I don't want to buy $12 drinks. That sucks. And she was like, don't worry, baby, I got you. And I was like, yeah, what's up? She's like, I got tampon shots. I was like, what the is a tampon shot? So here's the thing. Now listen, do not think that this is as gross as you think it is, all right? This is not gross. Have you, I just looked, she's like, oh my God, tampon shots? What are we talking about over here? Have you find these things on Amazon? Where do I go? No, so here's what they are. You guys remember those things that they have where like you would have a can of hairspray and the top would come off and you could put liquor in it or whatever? It was the same thing, only it was the tube was like in a tampon wrapper. So it looked like a tampon, but it was actually a shot of liquor in there, right? I'm like, oh my God. This is my woman. God sent her to me. To smuggle movies into a concert. It was so awesome. I was like, this is great. And then I started thinking about it, but wait a minute. What if we get to the front of the line and there's the security guard with his little wand going through her bag and he's like, ma'am, why do you have 75 tampons? But I know her, she's a beast. She'd be like, leave me alone, I'm on a heavy cycle. Oh, man. Love her, it's my woman. It's funny though, because like I said, we met before the pandemic. Man, this pandemic has been a bitch, hasn't it? This pandemic is, I couldn't believe whenever they canceled, like I knew things were real when they canceled all sports. They were like, no sports. I was like, oh shit, no sports? Are you kidding me? Yeah, and then they finally brought the sports back, but then there were no fans in the stands for sports. I couldn't believe it. I was watching a soccer game, and there were no fans in the audience, none. And the whole stadium was completely empty, no fans. And I was watching this going, God, that's gotta suck for them, man. They worked their entire lives to get to that level of play, and they're out there playing, and there's nobody to see it. And then I realized I was watching a re-air from 2019, and that's just soccer. There are no fans. They started doing crazy stuff during the pandemic. They were trying to make things more accessible. They put porta potties in all the national parks. Like, that's weird, right? Porta potties in national parks? I mean, how bad is it when a bear can't shit in the woods? They're getting it really bad out there. But I was thinking, if they put one out there in Yellowstone, right over Old Faithful, that'd be a hell of a bidet every day at noon, wouldn't it? Everybody's excited about those bidets. I gotta get one over here, boys. Have a seat. There was. Oh, did you guys see that bombing or that bomb that went off in Beirut during the pandemic? Did you guys see that? Yeah, there was like this one wedding that was going on, and there was something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but for whatever reason, they thought it was a brilliant idea to store a ton of, TNT in the middle of a warehouse downtown. Yeah, and that thing went off, and it just blew up the whole city. But here's the funny thing, there was a wedding going on during that, and there was footage of it going off during the wedding. You see them all like happy, and they're like, oh my God, we're married, we're happy, and then all of a sudden, blah, and it like blows them all. And now, if there was ever a moment where God said, he is not the one, that was it, right? I like to imagine that, like, they got to that point in the wedding where he's like, if anybody objects to this union, speak now or forever hold your peace. And God was like, come on, come on. The preacher's like, God, you could have just raised your hand. You didn't have to blow the whole damn town up. All kinds of wacky jobs. People were losing their jobs, and there's all kinds of wacky jobs. Like, there was this mattress company. You guys might have heard about this. A mattress company that was paying people money to test their mattresses by having sex on them, right? They would pay you $3,000, and you get to keep one of the mattresses. They would send you 8 mattresses and pay you $3,000 to have sex on each one and then rank them. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, baby, I found us a side hustle. We're doing this. This is going to be good. We're getting it on. It's going to be awesome. And then I remembered I didn't have that much Viagra, so we couldn't sign up for that one. But I will say, they paid you $3,000 and they gave you 8 mattresses. You got to take home 1. You got to keep 1 mattress. My question is, what'd they do with the other 7? I'm just saying, if there's a mattress sale anytime in our neighborhood right now, stay away from it, right? You see Quagmire going over there going, yeah, this one right here is on sale, 50% off. Doing that stuff, man. We ordered a lot of food while we were, on quarantine. Everybody's ordering Grubhub and everything. I don't know if you guys heard about this. We stopped halfway through because I read this story. I couldn't believe what happened. There's this woman who ordered some Mexican food, and her Ring doorbell cam caught the delivery guy dipping his testicles in her queso. Yeah, true story. 100% true story. Yeah, he would have got away with it too, but the woman had a nut allergy. I'm just glad that she had the Ring door cam. That way she could see him coming. Watched a lot of Netflix during the whole pandemic. Lots of Netflix. We watched this one show called Rotten. Anybody heard of Rotten on Netflix? Anybody? You know what I'm talking about? Man, these are my people right over here. They're all nice. You know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. We're kindred souls. We watched Rotten, and the episode that we caught. Now, here's the thing about Rotten. Every episode is about a different food and why you should not eat it, right? And it wasn't because of it was bad for you or it was unhealthy. It was more about how it was sourced, right? It was like one of those hipster things, like this is sourced in a bad way. You shouldn't eat it. And the episode we caught was on avocados. Apparently, I had no idea that there are avocado cartels in South America. Yeah, avocado cartels. That's how it goes down there. There's heroin, cocaine, and avocados. That's what they're doing. Yeah, it's like there's different avocado farms that are fighting over land and water, and they're literally killing themselves. They're like, that is my avocado! It's happening. And I was like, baby, this sucks, man. I love avocados. And she was like, well, just remember, every time you order guacamole, you're killing a little Mexican boy. And I was like, well, as long as they're 3 for $5 in Publix, I can go back. Buy con deals, buddy. Here's the thing though, it does raise the bar, right? It raised the bar for authentic style Mexican guacamole, whenever you go to one of those restaurants and they're like, we do authentic tableside guacamole. No, you don't. The bar has been raised for authentic guacamole, my friends. If I order authentic guacamole, there better be another little cart rolling around going, that is my table with the guacamole! Wow. This place is great. If somebody dies, I'm giving it 5 stars. That's it. Man, I'm really happy to be with her, though, man. We spent a lot of time together through the pandemic. And I'm glad because I've known her for like 15 years, right? We've known each other for a long time. We just recently started dating. And before we started dating, I had gone through a divorce. And we're not going to talk about her because God's watching. And then I tried the whole online dating thing, Anybody else do the online dating? Anybody? Yeah, one person? Yeah. Me and you are the only ones on Tinder, right?
Yes.
Oh, you guys met online. Right on. How long have you been together?
6 years, almost 7.
6 years online. All right. That's awesome. Is this the first time you're meeting in person? No, I did it for a while. I tried it, but I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do the online thing. I met this one girl, and I couldn't date her. I'll tell you why in a second, but I'll tell you how it went. Right? We go on 1 date, good. 2nd date, good. 3rd date, I decide I'm going to invite her back to my place for dinner, right? And we have the dinner thing, and then we're going to watch some TV afterward, Netflix and chill. How you doing? And we're watching one of those extreme shows. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like extreme couponing, extreme cat hoarding. You know? Yeah. And this one that we were watching was called Extreme Weddings. And there was this couple, and they did their whole wedding ceremony up in an airplane, and when it was done, they jumped out and did a skydive, right? And I was like, that's awesome. Yeah, see, yeah. He's like, let's do it. We're going to get remarried. We're renewing our vows tomorrow. But no, I was like, baby, this is awesome. Things are going pretty well with you and I. You know, I don't want to jump the gun or anything, but if things work out, you know, we can do that, right? We go down, I get my tux on, you get your wedding dress on, we go up on the plane, we say, I do, we do a skydive. Ah! She was like, yeah, that'd be great if you want to marry a woman who just shit in her wedding dress. And that's why I couldn't date her anymore, because she's funnier than me. And I'm a comedian, I can't handle that. Then I had another one, and the second one that I kind of hooked up with, she was pretty cool. She had a little bit of a kinky streak, you know? Fellas, you like ladies with a kinky streak, come on. Don't lie. Don't lie, fellas. Don't lie. You like a lady with a kinky, you want a freak on the street, but a freak in the bed. What? Okay. I messed that up. Who cares? But anyway, she had a kinky streak, right? She had a kinky streak, and so we did the same thing. First date good, second date good, third date invite her back to my house for dinner. I guess that's my thing. I don't know. But after it's over, I'm walking her out to her car, and I'm like, yeah, we had a good time. She's like, yeah, you know what, babe? Next time I'm gonna do something nice for you. And I was like, yeah, what's up? She was like, yeah, I'm gonna cook for you. And I was like, okay. And she goes, yeah, I'm gonna cook for you, and I'm gonna wear an apron. I was like, yeah. She goes, oh, you don't understand. Only an apron. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, then what are we gonna do? She goes, then we're gonna get kinky. And I was like, oh yeah? She goes, yeah, I got us some body paint. I was like, oh yeah? She's like, I want you to paint me up like the Titanic. I was like, what the hell does that mean? Paint you up like the Titanic. What are we gonna do then? Watch out for that iceberg. Here it comes. I'm gonna get you. Then she put a captain's hat on me. It turns out she wanted me to go down with the ship. That was the... I see a couple of ladies out there going, we're getting a captain's hat later. That's happening. Don't do it though, fellas. Don't do it. I'm telling you, because we're men, right? We're manly men. And sometimes we make mistakes. Like we get angry, and we say things that we don't mean, and we wish we could take it back immediately. And that's how that relationship ended. Because a few weeks later, we got into a huge argument, and I was like, no wonder you wanted me to paint it up like the Titanic, because over 1,000 people went down on it. Huge mistake. She immediately started making fun of the size of my iceberg. Yeah. You can't sink shit with that thing. True story though, I did go down on her one more time, and I swear to God, I heard a string quartet playing in the back. You guys having fun? Make some noise. You guys having a good time? Relax. You guys want to do a toast? Let's do a toast. Raise your glass. All right, here. This is one of my favorite toasts. Some of you guys may have heard this already. Here it is. All right. To those who love us, may they love us. To those who do not love us, may God turn their ankles so we will know them by their limping. Man, I love drinking. Sometimes I drink alone. Anybody else drink alone? I don't mind it. They say you shouldn't drink alone. Yeah.
Your people.
Those are my people. I mean, every time I ask a question, they're like, yep, that's me, buddy. I'm shit. I thought I was at my own living room right now. I thought I was home. Holy shit, this place is full of people. Is this a comedy show?
You got a relation?
No, I don't mind drinking alone, because you know what? Today, it's not really, you can't drink alone anymore anyway, because of all the social media, right?
Right.
Yeah, you just get online and mess with your friends. One of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Like, the other night I was drinking alone, and I decided to go on Facebook, and I saw one of my friends post. He's very religious, and that's fine if that's your thing. I don't mind, but I like to mess with people. And he had posted this photograph of himself dancing in front of his church like this, and he caught himself like right in that really goofy position where he was like, right? And he captioned it, dancing in the grace pool, hashtag church life. So I posted a photo comment of a priest and a little boy. And I said, we have a very special relationship. Hashtag church life. Messed up. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a little messed up. It is. He's like, all right, we were together with you all the way until that one, buddy. I don't want to go to hell tonight. I just want to have a little good time. Don't worry. I'm the one who thinks of these things. You can laugh. I'm the one going to hell. Oh, man. Clap it up for me. I turned 42 this year. 42. We're celebrating my birthday. Got anybody else? How many people in their 40s? Where are the 40-year-olds at? Yeah? Got a couple of them? Yeah. Let me tell you. Here's the thing for me. I don't know about for you, but when you turn 40, everything falls to shit. That's what happens. Yeah. Like for me, I battled acid reflux. Anybody else battle acid reflux once I got a little older? Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know what was going on, man. I didn't know what was going on. And my throat just started swelling up. I thought I had throat cancer. I was like, yeah. I called the doc. I'm like, Doc, I got the cancer in my throat, Doc. I gotta do something, Doc. He was like, Mike, calm down, calm down. You just need to take some Pepto-Bismol. It's acid reflux. Here's something that you should know about Pepto-Bismol. Pepto turns your poop black. Yeah, it does. Here's something else you should know. Never Google, why is my poop black? I thought I had it at both ends. I called the doc again. I was like, Doc, you gave me butt cancer. I got the butt cancer. He goes, no, Mike. No, Mike, you don't have butt cancer. You don't have throat cancer. It's just Pepto, that's what it does. I'm like, you should tell me these things, right? And aren't you supposed to list the side effects? They cause headaches, nausea, dizziness. You may have a black poop cancer scare or something. Tell me these things, right? But now that I know, if I have any enemies, I'll just try to sneak some Pepto in there, you know, give a little blood cancer going. I have made it 42 years on this earth, and I want to tell you, I'm very, very proud of this. I have never had not a single one, not one single child. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Where are the parents at? Parents, where are the parents at? Make some noise, parents. Yes, what about all the people that don't have kids? Make some noise. Oh. They're always so much more excited, isn't it? Always so much more excited. Yeah, I've never had children, you know. And here's the thing for all of the parents out there. For us that don't have kids, we are sick and tired of you saying to us, well, you don't have children, so you just wouldn't understand. You mean to tell me just because I don't have kids, I don't understand how hilarious it is when little Johnny runs up and punches me in the crotch? Goes running off. I got you, Uncle Mike. And then you're a regular Abbott Costello, you little bastard. Sometimes I just want to have one kid, but I don't want to be responsible for them in any way. Yeah. That way the next time somebody says, well, you don't have children, so you just wouldn't understand. I can go, au contraire, I do have a child. He's with his adopted family in Wisconsin. But I do have a child, I do understand, and that shit still ain't funny. Oh, man. I'm originally from Oklahoma. We got any Okies in the crowd? Make some noise. Okay! Yeah, we don't get out much. It's fine. I've lived here for 15 years, though, now. 15 years, 16 now that I think about it. 16 years I've been here in Florida, and I love it here. But I have noticed a lot of differences between my home state of Oklahoma and here in Florida, obviously. Like, for instance, do we have any Hispanics in the crowd tonight? Latinos, make some noise. Latinos! Wow, not a single one. But if Trump already built a wall around this place, holy shit. Not a single one. That is so weird. Is there like a sign on the door that says we don't serve tacos here? Yeah. What's going on? I don't understand. That's amazing. Like every show that I do in Florida, there's at least a handful of Latino. And here's the reason why I bring it up, because mostly here in Florida, there's like Puerto Ricans, Colombians, Cubans, things like that. But in Oklahoma, the Hispanic community is largely Mexican. And I miss that. I grew up in a Mexican neighborhood. I love my Mexican people. Grew up in a Mexican neighborhood. I had a Mexican girlfriend in high school. I love Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex is my food. I love that stuff. I've eaten so much Tex-Mex in my time, I swear to God, if you were to wipe my ass with a tortilla, you'd probably get a burrito supreme. And I know that's gross, but I promise you at Taco Bell, that's how they make them. That's not real food. That's not real Mexican food. Don't eat that. But I did get in touch with my Mexican side the other day. I did some yard work. It's fine. By the time I was done, I had a beautiful lawn, 7 kids, and an El Camino. I actually, look, here's the thing, man. There's so much turmoil going on in the world, but we have to learn to laugh at each other, right? We have to learn to laugh at each other. That's obviously a joke. I wrote it a long time ago. It's meant to be a joke. But I had a friend, not a friend, a person came up to me after a show one time and said, Mike, you shouldn't do that joke. It's racist. And surprised, it was a white person. Which to me is just so odd. But they were like, you shouldn't do that joke, it's racist. And I beg to differ. You know what? That's not a racist joke. It's a stereotyping joke. And there's a difference between racism and stereotyping, right? Yeah. It was just meant to be a joke. And look, I'll give you an example. Racism is looking at a man and saying, I hate that man because he's Mexican. That's racism, it's wrong, you shouldn't do it. Stereotyping is looking at that same man and going, I bet he could mow the shit out of my lawn. You know what's really funny is that joke goes better when there's Mexicans in the audience. Oh man. I've been here for 15 years and noticed a lot of differences, like for instance, in Oklahoma we have rats, right? And here in Central Florida, you guys have Mickey Mouse. That's your equivalent, yeah. Mickey Mouse runs some stuff, doesn't he? He does. He runs some stuff. I don't know, is anybody else subscribed to Disney Plus, rather? Disney Plus like I do, the Disney Plus thing? Yeah, I don't mind Disney Plus. It just doesn't have the same ring to it as Netflix and chill. Like, you can't Disney Plus and chill, right? If your woman wants to Disney Plus and chill, you better check her ID. That's weird. But no, I like Disney Plus. They got all kinds of stuff on there. They got all my Star Wars. They got every Disney movie and all the sequels. Anybody a Finding Nemo fan? Finding Nemo, yeah? Yeah, and the sequel, Finding Dory, yeah. As soon as I heard that they were making that movie, I was like, I knew that dumb bitch was going to get lost, yeah. Because Dory, if you're not familiar with the movie, Dory is a fish who suffers from short-term memory loss. Yeah, and that's a real disease. It affects millions of Americans. They're called potheads. Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised Scott was able to get through his set tonight. Surprised he didn't remember again. But so my roommate in college, he was a pothead. He couldn't remember anything. And I remember, he couldn't remember nothing. I remember I was watching TV one day, and I'm sitting there just watching television. He comes downstairs and he's like, hey man, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm watching TV, bro. What does it look like? He goes, oh yeah, TV, man. I love those things, man. They show shows on those. Yeah, real bright light bulb. He's like, hey man, can I borrow your car? And I'm a senior in college. Against my better judgment, I'm like, yeah, man, you can borrow the car, but just be careful, please, be careful. And he's like, cool, man, you're the best, man. I love you, man. So what are you doing? I'm watching TV. You just asked me that 30 seconds ago. He's like, all right, man, right on TV. Yeah, man, cool. Hey, man, can I borrow your car? I'm like, Jesus, yes, you can borrow the car. Like, I throw my keys at him. I'm like, get out of here, you stoner. Get out. Leave. He leaves. About an hour goes by. The phone rings. It's him. He's like, hey, man, are you here? And I'm like, no, dude, I'm at home watching TV where you left me. He's like, oh, man, I saw your car in the parking lot. I thought you were here.
Was that Joe?
Idiot. It is for real. It's very real. I work in radio. I do radio for a living. I do a morning show here on Max 98.3. Yeah. I love working in radio. I do. I love working in radio, but I like doing this just a little bit more because I can come up here and I can, I can kind of do whatever I want to up here. On the radio, we're censored, right? Like we're not even allowed to say the word sex on the air, right? And my morning co-host and I, we have to come up with a way to get that across if a story involves sex. What we do is we call it doing the chores. Yeah, doing the chores, that's right. Yeah. You gotta do the chores at least 2 or 3 times a week. You know, everybody likes a clean house, you know what I'm saying? You gotta sweep it, mop it, wax it, knock the dust off of it. It's a good thing, right? Because what that means is that the moms and the dads of the world that can drive their kids into school in the morning, they can listen to the show and not have to worry about the dirty DJs. But the other day I was thinking about it, and it could also mean that somewhere out there, there's a little boy riding into school with his mother, and he's like, whew, that Mike guy, he sure likes to do the chores a lot. He's always talking about mopping it and waxing it and knocking the dust off of it. I hate chores. Chores suck. Mom's like, well, son, one day you'll learn the importance of doing the chores. And doing them well. Unlike your father. The little boy's like, why does Dad do the chores bad? Well, son, he's got a short broom handle. And he refuses to spit shine the floors. Or even worse, what if it was a little girl, she's right in, she's like, that Mike guy, he sure likes to do the chores a lot. He's always talking about doing the chores. He doesn't even mind doing the chores by himself sometimes. He loves cleaning his own house. He knows all the corners that need extra attention. He seems like a nice guy. One day I'll do the chores with him. And Mom's like, no, you will not. Play a lot of music on our station. We got music lovers, I'm sure. Music, yeah, everybody loves some music. Right? What about Lady Gaga fans? Lady Gaga, woo! No? Oh, yeah, come on, man. I like Lady Gaga. I'm all right with it. I just hate the stupid name, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga. And then like all of her fans are called the little monsters or whatever. They're like, oh my God, I love Lady Gaga. I'm goo-goo for Gaga. Hashtag born this way. I hate that name. I like real band names like Black Sabbath, Rolling Stones, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah. Band. You know what I'm saying? Like when we were growing up, even our one-name artists were cool. Like we had Madonna. Madonna was a triple threat. She could sing, she could dance, and I wanted to bone her. The kids today don't have Madonna, they have Lizzo. Lizzo's not a triple threat, she's a triple cheeseburger. I love it. This is really funny too. That one guy, who? Who's Lizzo, man? The joke goes a lot better when everybody knows who Lizzo is. One of these days I'll get a young audience. It's all right. You guys are great. You guys know everything else that I'm talking about. It's fine. Fell short a little bit on Lizzo. You guys ever make up band names with your friends? Anybody like make up a band name? Like, somebody says something off color and you like, that's my new band name. Anybody? I do this all the time. You know what I'm talking about? I love that. Yeah. It's one of my favorite games. I'll give you an example. The other day, a friend of mine was, talking about this statue that got stolen from out in front of a store. And it was like this 8-foot tall Bigfoot statue. And I was like, why did the store have an 8-foot tall statue of Bigfoot? He was like, because the place was called Mattress Monsters. And I was like, Mattress Monsters, that's my new band name. But then I like to introduce myself as the band, and I do it like in a British accent, like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mattress Monsters! Wow! Crowd goes crazy, band comes running out. I don't know what kind of music they play, but it's probably 70s porn. I love that joke because I've got a million of them because I have literally done this my whole life. You guys want to hear one more? Yeah. So my girlfriend the other day was walking our other dog. We have 3 dogs total. My little Shih Tzu Buster, and then she has a Labradoodle and a Pit Bull mix. They're like 75 pounds each. These giant dogs, right? And she was walking them on like their little dual leash, dragging her around the neighborhood, and she was like, oh my God, the dogs wouldn't stop pooping. They were pooping everywhere. I had to fill up the bag. By the time I got home, I had a bag. It was full of 10 pounds of poop. And I was like, 10 pounds of poop. That's my new band name. But then you got to introduce yourself as the band, right? Ladies and gentlemen, comes running out. Crowd goes crazy. I don't know what kind of music they play. They're probably a shitty band. You guys knew that was coming. You knew it was coming. You knew that anyway.
I was disappointed by that.
Yeah, we play a ton of music on our station. Love that stuff. You know, I kind of got off track earlier talking about Disney World, and I wanted to bring it back one more time because I heard about this the other day. I didn't know they were doing it, but they have this new thing called a magic band. You guys know what I'm talking about? The magic band. For those of you who don't know, if you go to Disney World, usually you get paper tickets, right? But now they have this new thing that they put on your wrist, and it's got like this little chip in it, right? And this chip has all of your information, like your name, your phone number, your home address, like, you know, how many parks you're visiting, your fast pass information, your hotel information, your social security card, your credit card, your firstborn child. Basically everything that Mickey needs to know to poop you right in the ass. That's what it is. Yeah. You can see him somewhere in a little control room going, ha ha, got you now, fuckers.
And I agree.
Yeah, but people are all right with this. They're buying into it. You know why? Because Disney has figured out that they can market anything to anybody. All they have to do is put the word magic in front of it. It's not the Big Brother band. It's the Magic Band. It's magical. Well, guess what, Disney? You can't fool me. You can't make something that's bad sound good just by putting the word magic in front of it, right? You can't say, it's not gonorrhea, it's magic burn. It's not herpes, it's magic rash. It's not HIV, it's Magic Johnson. It's fine. He knows he has it. It's fine.
They already know your credit rating.
Yeah. They do already know your credit rating.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Somebody get that man another one. He needs it.
You know the phrase on the Chinese.
17 years at Disney.
17 years at Disney, ladies and gentlemen. There we go.
And
That's great.
They're forcing me to retire on December 30th.
You know what I wish? I wish the bartenders would force you to retire stopping drinking. That's it.
I'm a bartender at Disney.
Oh, God, here we go. I've already ruined it. I brought up something that's special to him. He needs to tell me about it. Are you okay?
Absolutely.
You're a bartender at Disney.
No.
No?
I
17? You was. All right. Moving on. Here we go.
That's the best thing.
Look at her. She's got her head. Her head is buried in her hand. She's like, oh, God, here we go. He's had 3 martinis.
1972.
I know.
I've had too many martinis.
They're forcing me to retire after 17 years.
All right, buddy. All right. All right. Look, we've only got a few more minutes here. You guys having fun? We're good. We're good. All of you guys with this have been trying to lose weight lately. I've been trying to lose weight. Anybody else trying to lose weight? Anybody? Yeah. The rest of you are a bunch of fatties. I get it. It's fine. I've been trying to lose weight. It's hard to do. You know, you got to do the diet and the exercise. And I've tried all of the dieting that I can. Like I went vegan for a while. We got any vegans in the crowd? Vegans? No? 2 weeks of making noise? Okay, that's fine. I did the vegan thing for 2 weeks. I did the vegan thing for 2 weeks. I ate so many vegetables that my toilet looked like it was attacked by a salad shooter. Couldn't do that, man. It was gross. I couldn't eat that many vegetables. It was awful. So I had to go online and look up some tips and tricks, some way of helping me lose weight. And I found this thing, is a little gadget. It's called the electronic weight belt. You guys might not have heard of this, but it is a real thing. It's kind of like the Disney Magic Band, except for it's a belt, right? And the belt buckle has a chip in it, and you wear this whenever you go out to eat. And as you're eating, this chip senses your belly start to bulge out, and when it thinks that you've had enough, there is a little electronic voice that comes on and shames you into stopping eating. Yeah, it is a real thing. Because that's how bad it's gotten in America. You can't put the fork down on your own. You gotta have an electronic weight belt that comes on and goes, oh, fatso, lay off the lasagna. No more spaghetti and meatballs for you. You need to eat a salad. I have no idea why it has a bad New York accent. That's weird. It's electronic, probably made in China, right? Can you imagine that, though? Can you imagine if it was made in China and had a Chinese voice? Oh, you a fat boy round eye! I've been trying to go to the gym too, right? I've been trying to go to the gym, and that's tough. You know, you got to try to make time to go to the gym. And I got a little bit of a nerdy streak. I mean, I like my novelty shirts. You know, I got my cheer shirt on tonight, and I've got a lot of superhero shirts, Marvel shirts, things like that. And the other day, I made the horrible mistake of wearing my Superman shirt to the gym. Yeah. How's that? Yeah. 42-year-old man, bald head, beer belly, Superman shirt. Yeah. For those of you who can't picture it, this was at the gym in the Superman shirt. Yeah. I'm trying to ignore it though, right? I'm trying to do my thing, mind my own business, ignore all the gym rats going, you see Superman, man? Superman, But I'm doing my own thing, right? I'm lifting weights. I'm in the mirror. I'm looking and doing my own thing, right? I'm lifting weights. And this guy walks up to me, and he's right next to me, and he's like 6.5 foot tall, and he's solid muscle, like he just came off of a football field or a wrestling match, right? This huge dude. And he is also wearing a Superman shirt. And I just look up to him, and I'm like, hey man, how's it going? He looks down at me, he's like, and I just look at him and I'm like, mine stands for saturated fat. That's me, I'm saturated fat man. My name is Mike Lee, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out here tonight. Make some noise for all of the comedians that we saw tonight.